Alright, is everybody in? Let's get going. Yeah, let's close the door. Alright, well, we'll get going. It's kind of disappointing to see that there's hardly anybody here. That's at a birthday party, man. Alright. Well, you want to grab a plate?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Nice shoes. Alrighty. That's me on. Okay, so here's a question right off the bat for you guys. I'm going to wash my assigned semi-truck. I can use what duty status?
On duty.
But there is. Well, no, when you're driving there, what do you got to use?
Driving.
Yeah, very good. Driving. So it's on duty time. So anything we do with our truck, is that personal? No, so if we're getting it washed, maintained, tire changed, anything like that, it's business. So the movement of a commercial motor vehicle in order to enhance the operational readiness, you can't do it. Continuation, and this is what gets a lot of people, continuation of a CMV trip in interstate commerce in order to fulfill a business purpose, including bobtailing and other stuff. So when you run out of hours and the guys pull over and they punch the PC and then they continue on another 20, 25 miles down to the truck stop, that's illegal. And then time spent traveling to a motor carrier's terminal after loading or unloading from a shipper or receiver. So if you guys are going to do that from CMC, you best be going through Love's at Wild Horse Pass on your way here. And if there's spots, you got to stay. So examples of good use of PC. Time spent traveling from a driver's en route lodging, such as a motel or truck stop, to restaurants or entertainment facilities. Commuting between the driver's terminal and his or her residence, or a trailer drop lot. As long as you get the proper rest in between your time off. Time spent traveling to a nearby, reasonable, safe location to obtain rest after loading or unloading. So if you're at a shipper or receiver and they run you out of your time, so your 14-hour clock, you can go on PC to go to a safe resting location. But it's got to be nearby and reasonable.
It's got to be the first one.
Well, what if that's safe?
First available. Yeah, you're not allowed to pass the truck stop and go to the next one.
No, if you go to the truck stop, you got to pull in.
Even if it's full?
If it's full, yeah, if it's full, you still got to pull
Well,
in.
what if it's just like, this is like unsafe area, a bunch of transients and...
Like Houston?
Yeah, what if it's like, I don't feel safe here?
Still have to pull in.
Can you just like keep going and explain that to the officer? Like, hey...
Well, what you got to do is stop so that it drops a pin, and then you need to write unsafe or transients or lot lizard jumped on my truck, whatever.
Now, once you get there, Mr. J, do you have to do a 10-hour break or just split your log at that time? Or
You can split it, but there's a minimum of 7.
minimum of 7?
So if you're being asked by somebody to move your truck, an official, what it says, you need to name their name, their badge number, and what department or agency they're with. Even if it's a security guard with whoever, you got to write down who they work for. So like Pinkerton, Bill Smith, and ask me to move off the property. Then you're good. Then you cover.
Then you can use them.
Well, then you can, use PC to move. So if you park somewhere and the security guard comes out, or you're parked on the street and the cop comes up and says, hey, you can't be here, I got to write you a ticket. Then you got to say, okay, hey, I'm sorry, officer, what's your name and badge number? I got to put it in my log. Otherwise, I get in trouble for it. You guys can blame me. You can say the safety guy's a jerk. So, whatever it takes. So, if you guys choose to break it, I do shut it off for 30 days. That's the first time. Let's see. So there's a question that's asked. So in the rule book, there's questions that people send in and ask. And then this one seemed pertinent. May a driver drop his or her last load at a receiver's facility and use personal conveyance to return to their normal work reporting location or the terminal? Answer is no. Returning home or to the terminal from a dispatch trip is a continuation of the trip. Another question. May a driver use personal conveyance when they run out of available driving time? So that case where you're up against like 10 hours, 59 minutes, you pull over and you hit the PC. No, except for the one exception described in the guidance, where a driver who runs out of hours while at a shipper's facility or receiver's facility may drive from that facility to a nearby safe location to park, provided the driver allows adequate time. So how many hours? At least 7 before you start driving again. So those are the allowable things you guys can use it for. If a driver picks up a commercial motor vehicle from a repair facility, can they use PC? No. Can a loaded commercial motor vehicle, truck and trailer be used in PC? The answer is yes. So the old rule used to say no, laden couldn't be used, but now it is. If you're going to take the truck and trailer and go to the movie theater, great. I don't know how well that will be accepted, but great. That's one of the usage. If you want to go get a motel, if you want to go get food, I'd much rather you bobtail, but here's some more things. Your personal conveyance time be combined with other off-duty time to complete your 10-hour break. Yes. Or your 34. Yes. But this is the caveat I want you guys to know. Can a driver be inspected while using personal conveyance?
Yes.
If so,
You have to go on duty.
what do you got to use your duty status time? So if you're out screwing around on your 34 and they stop you and do an inspection, guess what happened to your 34? It's done. It's over. You got to start all over.
You gotta go on duty.
On duty, not driving. Yep.
So Mr. J, so if you're on a 34, it's legit, you want to go get some food, you can pull the trailer that way and then come right back?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be better if you do bobtail, but
Yeah.
But if you get caught, if they see you out there or you have an accident, it's all on duty time. You just screwed yourself.
Like I
So
was
be careful.
holding that serpentine down there. First baseline.
Hey, they're building a QT right at baseline and this side of the freeway. Right there by the new storage facility. All right.
Looks like trouble.
All right. So we need you guys to start reviewing your camera alerts. When you guys get the text that says you got a video to watch, please watch it. Hit it that you've reviewed it, because we're way out. So we have 94% of the things that are sent out not being reviewed. So
Well, how do I know even if I get it?
should be a text to
Yeah,
you.
you can text your phone.
Text to your phone and to your message and says, you have a Samsara video coach.
And then you click on it and review the video and you go, how in the hell?
You're like, who was driving my truck?
Alright.
All right, thank you. This is what it'll look like, Larry.
Sorry.
I knew that question was coming, so I thought, I'm going to put that baby in there.
I think I asked you that before.
Good segue in, though. Appreciate it. So, when you go to the driver portal, you're going to use your fleet ID as WMT capital, your last name, first initial, all lowercase. Then for your password, it's your first initial, your first name, lowercase, last four numbers of your social, just like logging into your log. So you can click that little button on your Samsara device. If you don't want to watch it on your phone, the fleet ID, again, everything. After you enter your password, your session remains active for 31 days. Review the video, and then it takes it off of us, and then we start getting some good stuff back. So at the bottom of the screen is that mark as reviewed That's what we need to be done. And then it shows. So you guys get the little video at the bottom. It says why we're getting it. Just review it. Make sure you're in your inbox, not just safety, hours of service, or training videos. So this is just a little food for thought.
You have to be on duty to watch the video?
No. No. So when you guys are out there, I get a lot of complaints from drivers. I'll have somebody call me and say, "Hey, so and so is walking around their trailer in shorts and flip flops." So then I'll call them, or they're screwing up their tarp, and I'll call the person, and they'll be like, "Well, that mother effer that was sitting in his truck telling on me, why isn't he over here helping me?" I'm like, "That's a good question." I mean, we should be helping each other out. If you guys see another guy struggle, I mean, help them out. That's good way to treat your life. Help each other out. If we help each other out, we get further in life. If we sit back and just think about just me, it's going to be lonely.
The Navy SEALs are one of the highest performing organizations on the planet, and a former Navy SEAL was asked, who makes it through BUDS? Who makes it through the selection process to become a SEAL? And he said, I can't tell you who gets through, who makes it, but I can tell you the kind of people who don't make it. He said the star college athletes that never have been really tested to the core of their being, none of them make it through. He said the preening leaders who like to delegate everything, none of them make it through. He said the big tough guys that come in with huge muscles, covered in tattoos, and want to prove to everyone how tough they are, none of them make it through. He said some of the guys that make it through are skinny and scrawny. He said some of the guys who make it through, you'll see them shivering out of fear. He said, but every single one of them who makes it through, when they're emotionally exhausted, when they're physically exhausted, some way, somehow, they're able to dig down deep inside themselves to find the energy to help the person next to them. Service. Service. Giving to another, having their back, is what makes the highest performing teams in the world. Not their strength and not their intelligence. It's their willingness to be there for each other.
So, this is dispatch's message they gave me the content of what they wanted, or they gave me the idea, and I took this. So in the United States, there's almost 571,000 long-distance freight trucking businesses. It grew from 2022 to 2023, 4.5%. It's about 11,894 trucking companies per state, if you break it down per state. There are over 1,180,000 flatbed truck drivers currently employed in the United States. It's about almost 25,000 flatbed drivers in each state if you do it equally. What do you think this has to do with you guys?
You always feel your place.
There's a lot of companies, a lot of people, right? So if you were to walk into a restaurant, you were seated, the server came over and took your order, 45 minutes later came back with your drink, what would be your reaction?
I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You'd be like, this is BS. How about if you were going to buy a TV from somebody? They bring it by, and they're delivering it. There's no cord. The cord that plugs into the back of the TV that goes to the wall, it's gone. It's not like you can run down to the store and buy one. And the guy says, well, they must have gone there. It must have fell out of the box when we were loading it. What are your expectations when it comes to people who work in the service industry? Because that's exactly where we work. And if we don't do things right, bad things will happen.
Last stop of the day. Pipe adhesive and deck spin. Hey, how's it going?
Fuck off, dude.
Hey, excuse me. I need to find pipe adhesive. You know where that is?
Can't really help you out with that, but I'm sure you can find somebody down in aisle 4 to help you.
That's Walmart for you right there.
Must be home deck.
Or I'll tell you now, just to get you moving.
Excuse me. You know where I can find pipe adhesive?
Yeah, just over there on the shelf.
Oh, okay. So just
Did it really happen? Good job of looking up.
hey, can you hey guys, hello? Hey, I need to restain my deck. I was wondering if you could help me.
Sure, I hear that stuff over there is pretty good.
Okay, well, I haven't done this before. So is there anything you can recommend?
Have you used a paintbrush before?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then that's all you need to know.
Oh, brushes. I forgot brushes. Hey, excuse me. Excuse me. Are your brushes in the paint department, or are they... Hello? Or is it okay if I just use a brush from home and hold one?
You're doing a deck?
Yeah, I'm doing a deck.
Yeah, you should. Okay.
You know what? Just forget it. Just forget it. Ridiculous. Ugh. You know what? I gotta tell somebody about this. This place is a joke.
Believe it or not, guys, we get reviews. Most of our reviews are very good, but we do get bad reviews. People who use us for the first time search our social media. So we need to be reliable. If you're asked to pick up at a certain time, you need to be there. My granddad used to tell us all the time, if you're not early, you're late. If we don't serve our customers the way that they want to be served, guess what? How many trucking companies are there? How many flatbed drivers are there out there? They'll find someone else. So let's be good with our delivery and pickup times. This is how we grow. This is how you can grow. And when we grow, there's more opportunity and more to go around. So in the event you're not going to be on time, it's your responsibility to call dispatch and let them know. Then they can notify the shipper or receiver, and we won't be perceived as a no-show, just accidentally late. But it doesn't need to be an everyday thing. Talk about us. So here's our on-road performance. So we did come out of our threshold on the hours of service, but we went up in our unsafe driving. So we still have an alert in our unsafe driving. You can see we dropped just barely. But it seems like every time we get some taken off on the backside, one or two people are kind enough to give us some brand new ones. So I blotted out the names of individuals, but these are our most current inspections. So 11 to 14 miles an hour over the speed limit. Lane restriction violation. Then we have speeding in a work or construction zone.
Again?
So look, at the 11 to 14, that's pretty high over. It's only 7. But you get dinged in a construction zone, it's 10. Yay. Then we have using or equipping a CMV with a radar detector and failure to obey a traffic control device. So they blew a weight station, and when they got pulled over, guess what was going? Mother of pearls, are you kidding? 15 or more over the speed limit. Hey, real good. So our speed is freaking out of control. And we have a lot of people using Alabama Overdrive, which is going to come to a screeching halt. So this is what the government
What's going on with the truckers? Even though 15,600 truck drivers said that they think that speed limiters on commercial vehicles would be stupid, they say that they're actually going to go with it. In a new federal report recently released by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the FMCSA has targeted June 30th of 2023 as the planned date to release a supplemental notice of proposed rulemaking on heavy vehicle speed limiters. They say this right here, quote unquote, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has signaled that it will move forward with a controversial rule to require speed limiting devices on commercial vehicles. Now, here's the thing, people. It's 1,000%, in my opinion, not about safety, but about control.
Truck stop, bro. What's your name?
Alfredo.
You know, what do you do at the truck stop?
I take showers.
You know, what do you think about that job, honestly?
And that's the important part for them, so they can come, you know, feel at home at the truck stop. They take a comfortable shower.
That's legit, bro. That's legit, bro. Hey, we appreciate you, man. If you think about it, most of the accidents that happen do not happen at high speeds. They happen at low speeds in construction areas. You know, there are four-wheelers that drive twice as worse as truck drivers. And all I have to say is, you know, this is here to limit us. Why? Because the big truck mega carriers are the ones that want the control. As of right now, an owner-operator has an advantage over a Swift, a Knight, or a Warner driver because we can actually get there faster. You know, their trucks are limited as it is. So what do they want to do? They want to level the playing field and make it so that owner-operators do not have the advantage as well. Mother truckers, this is exactly what this is about. This is not about safety. It breaks my heart to hear this, but on June of next year, we will be hearing a speed limiter for all truck drivers in America. Other truckers, comment down below.
John, I got a question. They're trying to make it 65 across.
No, 60.
60.
That's what they want.
I got a question.
That limits how many miles I can go in a day.
Okay, so if they write it, if they write the rule as that guy had it typed up, right?
Well, that's just a proposal to rule.
Right. But if the rule is written, because words matter, right?
Yeah.
If it's written like that, then we're all covered already. All of our trucks already have a speed limiting device on them.
Well, not all of them.
Most of them.
Okay, most of them. Most of the trucks already have a speed limiting device on them. So we're good. So I don't know why people think about it.
Well, because it's where they want to set the speed limit device at. So they're going to make it illegal for anything. You know, it started at 67, went to 65, and now they're down to 60.
Right. But
So-
if they write the rule, if they write the rule with no
You're putting your life in danger.
with no numbers attached to it, and just say everybody has to have a speed limit device, you're good.
Alright, so listen guys, why I'm talking to you about, hey, listen, because the more people that get speeding violations, who does it give merit to? It gives merit to these freaking groups that are trying to shut you down. So you're doing it to yourself. So our crash indicator is down. It's not as down as low as I'd like to see it, but it's down. Here's our hours of service. It came down. We're barely below the threshold amount. We're at 63, 65 where they put up the nice yellow dime or triangle.
So it's not going to take very much to get right back up there, right?
No, if we get more. And so the little things count a lot. I mean, if we get 5 guys that get 1 violation for not putting in their bill of lading number correctly, or having 3 trailers on there, whatever, that's 3 points. That'll put us back into it if we didn't lose any. So again, I took out the names. So driver failed to certify the accuracy of the information, not certifying his ELD. Then we have a driver failed to manually add shipping document number. Portable ELD not mounted to the dash. Driver failed to manually add the trailer number. Then we have driver failed to certify. And the last one, driver failed to manually add shipping document number. So how many points did we get there? 2,
3.
Was the one not mounted to the dash, was the mount just not there, or was it just not on the dash?
6. It wasn't on the dash.
Like the tablet wasn't on the dash?
Nope. It was laying on the floor.
Oh, dumbass, you should have this had.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering.
No, good catch. All right, our vehicle maintenance is starting to creep up. We went from 1.90 to 1.97. We're going in the wrong direction. And this might be why. So we pulled in, we had a flat tire. Then inadequate or damaged securement device. No edge protection for tie downs. And then the ABS light on the trailer. And then oil and grease leak. Yeah. So here's our driver fitness. And again, this doesn't deal with how fit you are. It just deals with wearing your spectacles and hearing aids. So if you have those need to be on. We dropped from the last safety meeting, I think we were at an 88, and we're down to 60. So right now it's optional, which means that when DOT pulls up next to you or they run our DOT number, this is what they see. It's a yellow light rather than a red light. It does show us that we're at 80% rather than 65 or lower in the unsafe driving, and we're just below an hour of service. So this is what insurance sees. The cab stuff is through the insurance. So the red box around that one shows the alert. And I covered drivers' names.
15 of them.
Yeah, these are our superstars.
Are all those 15 overs in the construction zone on I-10?
I'm out there.
Yeah, if it's a construction zone, man, it's baked. It's a 10 pointer.
What? People should stay on I-10.
So
How many of them is the same driver?
almost all of those are different fellows. So here you go. Here's something for you guys.
Once a stronghold of forces loyal to captured dictator Saddam Hussein, the city of Tikrit, here in northern Iraq, is now firmly under the control of American forces. Or is it? These members of the Iraqi resistance movement, still loyal to Saddam Hussein, think otherwise.
The Americans tell lies. Each day our forces grow stronger. Each day we move closer to our goal of driving the infidel... What are they?
Nothing, carry on.
driving the infidels from our motherland. We are not afraid to... Are they subtitles? They are, aren't they?
No.
What do I need subtitles for? Can't you understand what I'm saying? I studied English at the bloody American University in Cairo.
Well, obviously I can understand what you're saying.
Oh,
but
do you see how they condescend to us, these subtitles?
Well, maybe it's a teletext, for the hearing impaired.
Teletext.
No, a lot of TVs come with teletext nowadays.
Wait, say something again.
My friend has an 80...
Hey, how come he doesn't need subtitles?
It's comprehensible.
No, I'm not. I speak perfect English. She sells seashells by the seashore. Picture piper, picture pecker, picture pepper. Round the ragged blocks, door!
The situation remains as dangerous and volatile as ever here in northern Iraq. While the rebuilding continues...
What? I can't understand you speak English. How many your subtitles now? Who? You think you're no good?
Kerry Downs, Iraq.
Shut up!
All right, some of our superstar drivers here.
Oh, not my hood. Oh, that's a
What's going on in front of them?
Like a break.
That's a 9-9.
Look at that. Somebody stopped. But somebody should have been paying attention a little bit sooner. Okay, so we have Mario Andretti getting on the freeway here. Are our big trucks as agile as littler trucks? Red lights. So watch.
Okay.
Hey, brake testing.
Yeah, brake check.
So that guy called me. He's a truck driver too. I didn't get to watch the video before I spoke to him, but then watch.
Oh,
71 miles on a 65, right?
Gotta pay attention tonight.
Whoa!
And that one didn't move.
My old head would have saw that. They do now, though.
Here we go.
Oh!
Save on that one, not like you did. Kind of quick.
So your head has to be, what's Smith System say? How often do we check our mirrors side to side?
every 5-8 seconds.
There we go.
Mirrors, yeah.
Well, yeah, but if he had been looking around, I mean, we could all see it coming. What are up there? Brake lights, right? 62, 62, 62, 63. Hey, we're accelerating.
Whoa!
Oh, let's hit this guy. So we just got the claim on this car. Total loss.
Who's got hood mirrors?
No one does.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that
And when you guys are involved in an accident, fucking don't drive halfway to LA before you stop, okay? All right, so let's go over our safety contest. First quarter, it's almost over. Highest mile per gallon for entire quarter. So the people who have done really good, feathered the pedals, they're going to get $3,000, and they're put into competing for the overall year. Our next quarter will be most completed runs over 300 miles. Third quarter is going to be most completed miles ran. And fourth quarter is going to be the best overall driver of the year, no disqualifications, and voted on by all, that includes all of you guys, White Mountain drivers and employees. So hopefully it doesn't turn into a popularity contest. Hopefully it turns into, hey, this dude is or this individual is the one we want to see win because they represent our company the best. So our safety, you get points for getting, on average for the week, 6.2 miles per gallon or better. Weekly miles over 2,000 will give you 25 points. Over 2,300, 50. Over 2,500, 75. Over 3,000, 100. Completion of training offered to drivers, 50 points. Safety meetings, online or in person, 100 points. In-shop weekly inspection, 25. Clean and orderly truck during shop inspection, 25. Roadside inspection, level 1 with no violations, 50 points plus $50. Clean level 2 is 30. Clean level 3 is 20. Reliability with dispatch, 50 points. No log violations or unaccounted miles, 25. No harsh driving, 25. 6 or more loads over 300 miles during the pay period, you get another 100. Running with no cab camera covered, 100 points a week. So remember, guys, the inside camera has to have a clear shot to your face. Trainers only. So if you're training, full week of training with a new driver, you get 100 points. Training stays for 6 months with no safety incidents and no log violation, you get an extra 50. These are the point deductions, 15 or more over the speed limit. We're going to show you how we see this. That's minus 100 points. 10 or more over, 50. Safety events, extreme events, 50. Small events are 10. Driver not viewing Samsara videos within a week of notification, minus 25 points. All other safety-related sites, minus 75. Non-out-of-service violations written up on a roadside inspection are minus 20. Out-of-service violations are minus 100. No in-shop inspections in 4 consecutive weeks is a minus 100. Remember, when you're out on the road, if you guys are gone for 2 to 3 weeks, what do you have to do?
Go to Love's.
Call Scott. He'll send you to a Love's, you get the inspection. So there's no reason not to get our trucks looked at. Damage to cargo or equipment under $500 is minus 50. Damage to cargo due to operator error greater than 1,000, minus 300. Damaging equipment greater than 1,000, minus 3. And then damaging equipment more than $500 is minus 100. Oh shit, what happened? Misuse of PC, how much points? 1,000. We're not playing. When an auditor comes in and our insurance comes in, the first questions out of their mouth are, I need all ELD records for PC, and I need all ELD records for unaccounted for miles. So unplugged or tampering with your ELD is minus 1,000 points. Not turning in tickets or roadside inspections in a week, minus 1,000. Accidents at fault, 400 points. Speeding violations, minus 400. Using a cell phone, minus 400. No seatbelt, minus 4. Violation for license restrictions, so like vision or hearing aids, minus 400. Failure to tarp, minus 400. Not reporting damage to any load or equipment, minus 4. Misconduct on road or the shipper or receiver, minus 400. At-fault accidents or claims over $50,000 in total, disqualification from all contests.
The failure to talk.
Yeah. What are the rules for securing flattened and crushed cars? So we're having a lot of problems with people saying, oh, I don't want to take that load. So they're pretty easy.
It's garbage.
Huh?
It's garbage.
Yeah, it's a load, though.
Yeah, but we're not trashing it.
Well, it's still a load. And it pays very well round trip for us.
I need trash
Well, remember whose name's on the side. So the rules in this section apply to the transportation of vehicles such as automobiles, like trucks, that have been flattened or crushed. The only ones we will haul are the ones that they've removed the engine, transmission, and fuel tanks. So there's no liquids left. None. So prohibition on the use of synthetic webbing. You cannot use synthetic webbing that touches any part of that load. Must not come into contact with the flattened or crushed cars. Those two don't apply to us because it talks about containment walls. I'll get right with you, David. That one too, containment walls. So, this talks about us. A minimum of 4 tie downs per vehicle stack. In addition to the requirements of those things, which don't apply to us, vehicles used to transport flattened or crushed vehicles must be equipped with a means to prevent liquids from leaking. We don't have any liquids. Vehicles we transport have no engines or transies. So, if you have a lateral violation in your strap, it's a violation. It's not an out of service, but it's a violation. So the person I was with, when I took this picture, I'm like, hey, you got to change this out. No, it has to be this way to be a violation. I said, no, this is a violation. That's an out of service if it's over 3/4 of an inch. So replace those, okay, guys? If you have something like that, bring it to the shop. The shop will do whatever they need to. Maybe they'll make a shorter strap out of it, but bring it in. So when you get to these facilities, this is the way that the person that hauls the most of these, and you'll see who it is. So when they do it, they have 9 4x4s, just for the ease of loading and unloading. So this individual sets out 4 chains because he's going to get 3 stacks. You don't have to really throw the chains. This is what they look like. So they're going to grab a stack and they're going to set it on. You want to put your dunnage front and back where the axles are.
Somebody's messing with you.
Oh, I did that.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one that built this. So they're going to put them on. Once they get this stack on, then you go to where the next stack is going. You throw your chains over the top. And Dale is very particular on how this goes. But it works out really nice. So then that guy picks it up, stacks it on top, and the chains hang. And then he pulls one this way and on the other side, so it's opposite. Once he gets them strapped around, you go around 2 anchor points and hook it back to each other. Then you can put on your D-ring straps. Pull down. So at this particular location, this guy comes up, and when he's ready to tighten it, he puts his forks down and lifts the front end of that tractor off the ground and crushes it down. So when you're doing this, your airbags on your truck or trailer need to be exhausted. He pushes it down. Dale cinches everything up, and once he releases it, that spring back, man, everything's super tight. So hauling crushed cars is not a big deal. It's super easy, pays us very well, plus we are making huge points with Newport. What's missing?
Belly straps.
Yeah, belly straps. Where should they be going?
Second level.
Second level.
There's not one unit.
Huh?
Is that one unit?
No.
No.
It's banded right there in the middle.
Yeah. Banding
Top and
in
bottom.
security.
It's banded all the way around.
It is, but then you see, you're right.
There's no belly straps needed.
Thanks, David. You just screwed up my slide.
I'm sorry. Hey, I'm
Still
sorry,
need
but
belly
it's
straps.
No.
because it's banded together.
It's one unit.
It's one unit.
Oh, wait.
They do
But that
so
one
they
unit
can
is over 6 feet off the deck, so you do need a belly strap.
How do you get the belly strap through it?
What's your
Where's your
stick?
stick?
Well, actually, I had some
That's what it
situation.
said. Has
I was up in
steel
Illinois.
it sticks through hook your strap through and pull it through.
Say what?
I was up in Illinois loading Oracle.
Yeah.
And that place used like 1 inch space between there, and I had no way to get a belly strap through. And I have at least like 6 levels, 7 levels. There's no way.
So what I would,
built it.
personally, what I would do is I'd ask them to come out and lift it. And just say, hey, listen, this is illegal the way it is. If you don't lift it up so I can put belly straps, I can be put out of service.
The way they built it, the way they banded it, was all just like inch spacers, and they like hoist it from the bottom, put put it on. So for them to rebuild it, they gotta cut that and rebuild the unit, the whole thing.
Well, you can always throw a tarp over it, hope for the best. This I like. This person did a pretty good job.
Well, it's the one I have.
Yeah. So they use the 2 foot or longer edge protection to bridge the gap in between each stack. This way we don't tear this shit up because we're always getting charged back on it. Now, tell me why. Front stack, pretty good. Rear stack?
Who's looking in for bags?
Yeah. Why?
Lazy.
So what I'd like to see on these is you cross chain the front with 2 separate chains, 2 separate binders. I don't mind you putting 2 straps with edge protection, but the back one needs to be going from one side to the other. You don't have to secure the back from going backwards because you're never ever going to get this shit to slide backwards. Okay? Unless somebody picks you up with a crane, then it might, but
Not sure I'm not steep enough hill.
no, there's no way you're going to slide it backwards. So if your chain going from one side to the other side is tight, you're good. You're good. But the back stack needs to look exactly like the front stack, because that shit will come sliding right out. What happened to our steel load, our I-beams? You guys have all seen the pictures. Did those edge protectors stop those I-beams from moving? No. What happened? What happened to Juan? Juan got fucking crushed. He'll never drive truck again.
Yeah, no, he was fucked up.
Oh, was that Smith load?
Me and Chris saw him first. He was fucked up. Oh shit. He was still up against the steering wheel when we saw him.
He was squealing like a pig when we got there.
He was fucked up.
Yeah. He'll never drive again.
Yeah, but that.
So I like this. Good job. Excellent job.
Thank you. Oh wait, no, that's not.
Look at this. Flags as far to the back as he possibly can get them. Lights as far back. And not flipped a different way. These I like. This is very good. This is great. Look at that. While these people were loading it, they got their belly straps in there. Great job. Best in the front. So they use 2 chains and 2 binders. Good in the back. But I like to see this. This is the proper way to do it, the front way. The back way, I think, is a little bit lazy, but you need to throw 2. What you do to the front, you do to the back. Okay, this is how we see our speeds, guys, every day. 313, we had somebody running 91, 88, 86, and this is for over 3 minutes. That's the only way it flags it up there, is if they're going that speed for over 3 minutes.
That's the same guy?
No. Those are all different people. So David's trying, it's Alabama Overdrive. Down here.
Alabama Overdrive.
Okay.
Pop it in neutral. Where's the 3-minute hill?
Yeah, you gotta pop it neutral.
Coming down to 17.
So we're coming down to 17?
That's the 91 seriously.
So there's all sorts of crazy stuff. So David's trying to figure out what's going to happen. People that do this might be getting turned down for a while. This is just crazy. What are your front steer tires rated at for speed?
75.
75 is the max. And that's under brand new conditions. This is dash cameras, guys. So the forward-facing dash camera and the inside one. So this first slide, we can't see the driver's face. So not good. If you need to, you need to have your camera moved, or you need to move speakers. This, we can't see their face. I covered their faces so that they can remain anonymous. But this is good. They're getting the points. We don't spy on you guys, believe me. We don't have time to spy on you. We don't want to spy on you. It's just not there. Now, if you're doing something stupid, it will catch you. And that's what we want to try to figure out. Because those other ones where the guys driving towards the people with brake lights on. What is he doing? No, he's no longer here.
Oh.
What are they doing? Are they on their phone? Because we're looking at a bad wreck. Bad wrecks kill companies. Okay.
Kill people.
Kill people, yeah. The commodity that cannot be replaced. So, questions?
John,
Yes.
I didn't catch that part when you were talking about hauling the junk cars and plastic webbing. What did you say about that webbing?
No, the webbing on your D-ring. The D-ring webbing cannot touch any part of the car at all.
Oh,
Even if it's a plastic bumper. If it touches the plastic bumper, you're out of service.
oh, okay. So when we secure it,
The D-ring needs to pull down and not touch any part of that car.
okay.
It'll pull down.
Even that plastic webbing that they wrap around the cars, you can't touch that either.
If you do it, if you pull the chain long enough, it'll come across it.
Can you put something in between it?
No.
It talks about that in the rule. Either that or have the forklift guy come in and push it in with his fork. I mean, that's when we were out there loading with Dale. That Dale was like, "Hey, can you push that in?" The guy comes up there and just pressures it back in.
What was that?
Huh?
Which one was that?
It's the one over off Lincoln, I think.
Chains, all D-rings.
Not harm. Okay. All right. Any questions, guys? No questions? You guys don't have a good question, a stumper question? Nothing?
If all these banks failing around now.
Well, didn't you hear?
What?
Biden's going to bail them all out with our tax money that is just flowing in from China.
Hey, did you hear Doug Ducey over there, the governor? Right?
He's not the governor anymore. Huh?
Oh, sorry.
You're talking to Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, did you hear his winery and he had a personal account at the Silicon Valley Bank?
Well, then he got a bonus before they closed. Did you hear that? All employees were given a huge bonus right before they declared bankruptcy.
Yeah, no. But his winery banks there, right? The governor's winery banks at that bank, and he had his own personal account at that bank. That's why he's getting Biden trying to bail it out because he wants the money.
Stupid. All right. So this is in all seriousness. Please stay safe out there. If you run a paper log, hang out for a second. Otherwise, you guys are good to go.
It's not over yet. Winter's not over.
Remember that day when you said,
No, in fact, I just saw pictures from the